listeners. Hello, viewers all over, all across time and space. Hello to alien civilizations 10,000 years away. Anybody and everybody within the sound and reach of my voice. This is No Frequency Radio, Monday nights, every Monday night at 6 p.m. roughly to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. My name is Dominic Wanzer. I'm joined today by my regular co-host, Bill the Business.
What up?
And special guests, Theron Frederick and John Newman. Hello.
Greetings. They're
Awesome.
real.
First guests ever on the show.
And they're real. It's not just made up.
Yeah, first welcome guests on the show. I don't know if you remember John and I had some guests that were not very welcome. So I'd like to give my formal shout-outs, as always, to Brenna Olson at Zoomies, the Zoomies crew, Alex Hayes at Fuel, the whole Fuel Cafe crew, my cousin Flynn McNamara in Prescott, Arizona, my little niece Avery Julia Civic, Elisa Grassi, Las Vegas, Nevada, the Newmans, I've got one with me.
We've got a Newman with us.
The other two Newmans across the Midwest and the East Coast now. And Bongo Billy and Two Houses Chicago.
All of them.
And out west. You're hearing Two Houses.
You are a lot of them.
But now you're not.
Thank you.
So shout outs. Anybody else want to give shout outs?
I like to second the Fuel Cafe shout out just because of the Kevorkian Crush I'm drinking right now, and it's, I think I'm suffering from tachycardia right now, but it's not helping the, stage fright, but it's really a nice experience. I'd suggest it.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a really good thing. I'm going to third that Fuel Cafe shout out.
I want to give a shout out to Representative Alan West. Mr. West, still coming for you.
He's actually got your name carved into his forehead.
Bring it out.
And I also want to give a quick shout out to Bess Cooper, who today has become the world's oldest person at 116 years
Bess
old.
Cooper.
All right, way to go. Way to go. She says, here's her trick. You mind your own business and you don't eat junk food. Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't do any of that.
Yeah, we're all dead next year. And that's all. We're maneuvering technology. Narration.
I just don't feel like I can hear John when he talks to him.
I feel like that all the time, Dominic, but maybe I should speak louder. Does that help?
That does help,
Yes,
actually.
it does.
Quite a bit, yeah. Speak from the diaphragm. If you hum, start with the hum and then talking, then you're talking. That's what we're talking about. Everybody's talking from the hum. Yeah.
I know, talking to the microphone's new for me too, so.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. You get used to it pretty quick. You're doing fine, son.
Excellent.
This one, not so much. That one, he's useless. I'm just
You can't train him.
I've said before, it's like I'm a social worker, but like there's no outcome that I'm looking for.
Bill will tell you there is no more demanding and thankless job in this economy than managing John Newman.
And Dominic Wanzer, yeah, whew. But, we plug away, we do it for its own rewards.
Those struggling artists, geez.
They just keep on kicking along in their earth tones.
Bill, for the camera,
Yes.
you can't see, is very fond of purple.
I love purple
And
silver rings.
and not the Alice Walker work. Which
No,
is
not that.
the actual purple.
The real the purple that matters.
Yeah.
The purple that people care about.
The one that exists in real life. He's
Yes.
wearing a purple-ish shirt right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I actually love this shirt. I think I tolerate it.
I like the stripes.
I wish it had a pocket. I don't know what this
Oh,
new,
yeah,
no
what the
pocket thing. I don't know. It's like
The F.
No,
I don't know.
I'm all about no pockets.
Really?
All about it.
You're against the pockets?
I feel like I just look better without a pocket.
See, I feel like I look better with. I think maybe.
It's one more line to screw up, and I will inevitably screw it up.
Well, but you're like that. Like, and not in a bad way. Like, that's like your thing. Like, you're like a line screwer. Like,
The Loki of dress shirts.
yes, that is. You have an army. I have a Hulk. We have pockets. Pockets are successful for some of us.
This is going to be infinitely easier to talk into, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
This setup,
Yeah, boom.
infinitely easier.
Boom into the face.
So what do we have in the news today? What do you want to start out with? Neil Armstrong?
Neil Armstrong.
Let's start with Neil Armstrong.
He's a heck of a biker, but I can't believe they're taking away all all of his trophies. It's terrible.
He's not fighting anymore. Jeez.
Yeah, is you know, Neil Armstrong. I was genuinely bummed.
Yeah, it's an American hero.
Me too.
Wrecked
Yeah.
me,
Like a
you know?
true hero.
Like,
That no one can argue with. That no one can sully his reputation, what he's accomplished.
I mean, I really didn't know anyone on Saturday who was willing to stand up, roll their eyes, go, Neil Armstrong, who cares?
Yeah,
Everyone
it's-
cares.
But he gets to go, and I said it on my Facebook, is he gets to go back. Like, no matter what you believe,
Exactly.
like, at the very least, his spirit is now a part of that.
Yeah, and it's interesting that he's passed on, and we are coming so close to big milestones like the Curiosity rover
Yes.
just landed on Mars.
Yes.
Our first commercial spaceport will open in, I think, Nevada. I want to say next year, year after that, something like that.
That or Arizona, I forget where. But
Is that the Virgin?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know. I guess if you were standing there in the early thousands, you kind of looked like humanity was just blowing off this space exploration thing. But I feel like we are moving kind of forward there.
And it's kind of the kick in the pants that the programs across the board, NASA, the Sputnik programs, whatever they call it in Russia now,
Yeah.
motherland in the air, but they got to, it gives everyone back onto that boat. Yeah, it's,
yeah, it's a unifying sort of project for all of humanity, really.
exactly.
So sorry, Mr. Armstrong.
And I think we just need to work on
Yes, yeah.
having more people to actually stay on, have spent time on the moon, because our dwindling population of people who have actually been to the moon, as
Yeah,
we can
right?
see here,
We've got
it's
like
dwindling.
7 now. Like,
We need more.
We got to
I'll
get more
go.
people up there.
I'll go.
We'll send you.
I've been to the moon exactly as many times as most people on Earth, so I'm fine with that.
You're part of the majority.
I'm part, yeah. Bill now has exactly as many Tour de France medals as Lance Armstrong.
It's true. It's true. That's my bucket list is almost complete.
Yes.
I've gotten closer.
There you go.
Pulling ourselves up by dragging other people down.
Damn right.
You know, Lance Armstrong, I mean, I guess I read the coverage of it and I'm not sure which way to go. Like, do you think he doped?
Inevitably, I feel like he probably did,
Yeah.
but he's got a collection of evidence.
I think he doped.
Well,
At that level.
I think any athlete at his level is going to dope right up to the line that is currently legally
Yeah,
doping. And
exactly,
stop
yeah.
only there.
And that's the
You
thing
know.
is, whether he did or didn't, the evidence that he has far exceeds
Yeah.
the evidence that they have that he was doping.
It does just kind of sound like a campaign of aspersions.
Yeah,
you know?
they want to tear him down because he's that high up.
It also
Yeah.
might be a question of motive, because taking something for a disease or whatever is
Mm-hmm.
one thing, but then to take it for performance-enhancing aspects, so it might be a question of motive, and he might be second-guessing that himself.
Well, they actually found one of the instances where he came up positive for a steroid. The steroid was actually the same one that was in the corticosteroid cream that he was using on his saddle sores.
Yeah.
So they discounted it. So that was one of the positives they had. And they said, well, he was rubbing cream into his crotch.
Yeah.
Like he's going to pee
Who
into a
among
cup.
us would deny a man the right to cream his crotch?
Yeah, especially with saddle sores of a 90-mile. Yeah.
But that was the thing, is that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can only speak for myself, but I never viewed Lance Armstrong as a personal hero. Yes, he's a remarkable man with great achievements, but people always say, like, oh, it's such a crushing blow, and it's like, it's not really to me, because I didn't, he wasn't a personal hero of
We
mine.
certainly know Neil Armstrong.
Exactly.
But, I guess I admire the man very much. He did sleep with Sheryl Crow many
Okay.
times.
Ooh.
Oh, that just
Lance?
wow.
Lance. Yeah, Lance.
Probably Neil. I mean, he
Bravo.
could have.
Well,
if he
most
wanted
people.
to.
I mean,
Bravo.
I came like within seconds and I changed my mind.
She doesn't call me back anymore.
She's like that.
So,
She's terrible.
She's just flighty.
It's just like a rock star.
Yeah. Mr. Romney.
Romney.
Is 1 point behind.
He's in the
Mr.
margin
Obama.
now.
Yeah.
It's a statistical tie.
Yep. Yep.
So
Ooh,
this is on,
That's-
folks.
bang a gong. It is on.
They
Oh, yeah,
they
dog.
canceled the first day of the Republican National Convention for Hurricane whatever the hell.
Isaac.
Isaac.
It's a tropical storm still.
Who cares?
It is tracking exactly the same as Katrina, though, so that is of note.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people in New
Bring-
Orleans already fled.
Yeah, it's bringing back shades of Bush too.
Indeed.
You chose to live there. Screw them. No, they're stupid for living there.
You know, I guess I have family down in that area, and I hope they come through all right. But I don't honestly understand why they chose to live in Louisiana.
Yeah, you know.
Because I mean, it's hot.
Very
so
hot
many
and
humid,
bugs.
bugs.
It's a bowl.
And people like that, but
It's like the Australia of America.
It's like that. Although, you know, crawdaddies, jambalaya.
Jambalaya, yeah, but crawfish. Or, I
Oh,
don't
you're
know.
not a crawfish guy?
I'm not a crawfish guy. No.
Oh.
I made jambalaya last night.
Yes, and it was
Really?
very
It
good.
was amazing.
We
man, you should've
specifically didn't invite you.
yeah, really.
I hope your feelings
I
are
had to
hurt.
pay for those fries.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
Well, Dom, you make food turn sour just by being in its presence.
Not always.
You curdle things.
I like New Orleans. The
He makes
idea
my
of it
butter sweet.
Because New Orleans is the origination point of American jazz. So
Okay. I'll give him
that's,
that.
that's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
True, true.
Uh,
Can you hear him?
I can hear him. Can you?
Okay, I can.
I can hear him.
can you hear me on the headphones? It doesn't matter if you can hear me on the headphones.
Oh, it does, though. We want to
No,
hear.
the focus is more on you guys.
Well,
Oh.
but you know what we can do is I can switch this microphone with your guys' microphone because
No.
this one seems to be picking up a lot of stuff,
Uh,
and then we can hear you.
I'm just worried about
I have a dog
our
at the
listeners, so
side.
if they're okay, that's fine.
We don't have listeners.
No, I can be like the producer.
I'm
He
gonna go
can't
home and
hear,
listen to this,
but
so-
then the
Thanks, Dan.
topics come up.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's how you want to play it.
Yeah, it's different.
I'll be the screaming
Okay.
mic
I'm
in the
on.
background here.
It's like the McLaughlin group. We'll all give our opinions, and Don will be like, wrong.
Yes, I like this plan.
This is
Dom, can you
awesome.
just occasionally duck into the microphone and scream wrong at us? I want
It's
that.
the role you were born to play.
It's
Truly is.
Kind of like how the journalist that we refer to as the one, who shall
Yes.
not be named,
Yes.
he'll,
Are you guys aware of who he is?
No.
Oh.
he's
He's,
the
I
guy that I
forgot.
reference
He's
often.
Paul Kruger.
no. It's not Michael Bay, but they have very similar initials. Right, it's
Marion Barry, right?
yes.
I didn't-
God, we love the crack out here. We're into Marion Barry.
He'll hang up on people.
Yeah.
He'll take callers, and then he'll hang up on people,
Mike.
like when he disagrees with them, and just
Yeah.
say, "Hang it up."
One of the best 22s of all time is the Mark III.
That rings a bell.
Damn right.
Okay.
All right.
I just call him Asperger's guy.
Oh, there you go.
That's me.
I could see that.
Yeah. So.
He was on something today. He had a good rant today.
No.
God, and I wish I could remember what it's for. Oh, it's something about welfare state and how it breeds rejection and how some people are like, well, people want to shelter their kids all their lives so they don't, because you want to protect your kids from everything as a parent.
Yeah.
And protect them from being hurt.
Sure.
But like that's not going to foster a good mentality for when you get to the real world when there's failure and rejection and sadness and all
Yes.
those things have to exist when you're an adult.
Yeah.
And so when you're not used to that, that rejection pushes some people.
Yeah, it's a double blow then because you've never experienced it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like he's talking about how he saved all of his rejection letters from every job.
Yeah.
And actually, when he first got out of college, the station he works for right now, WYSN, sent him a rejection letter.
That's awesome. That is
like
awesome.
30 years ago. I said, no, we're not looking for you right now. It's
Yeah.
just out of college.
I guess.
So,
Actually, Stephen King, I believe, does the same thing. Has
His
his
rejection
collection
letters?
of rejection letters from when he
because
was
that pushes
rejected.
people
common
forward. But-
advice to hear in writing workshops is keep your rejection letters. Let them motivate you. I've got several. They're all emails, but they are saved
Yeah, I've got
in a folder.
Yeah, as they should be.
So
I just assume the rejection ahead of time and save everyone a bunch of time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I do too.
come to think of it, though, I don't believe I've actually saved acceptance emails.
okay. That's embarrassing.
That might say something about me personally.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
But regarding Mr. Belling, like I do understand what he says about needing
Don't
to.
say his name.
You don't say his name.
Regarding
It brings him
A lot.
power.
MB, I see what he's saying, absolutely. And I think for me personally, looking back, I was not prepared for the real world when I got there. It was a punch in the mouth. My parents aren't on welfare, though. My parents are pretty successful business people.
Right.
So I don't think, I feel like that's a solid indictment of,
I'm
Of
curious.
those on the welfare
A
side.
lot
I think
I'm
people on
curious
welfare
how
are
he'll bring
probably
that into
about it.
policy, because it's
No.
one thing to say it, but it's another thing to actually bring it into policy and actually
Yeah.
putting it into dollar figures of like, hey, you're not getting more money now or food. So
Yeah.
I guess, how does everyone feel about the attacks by the Romney camp on Obama's welfare policies?
What are they?
What are yeah?
You know, that's kind of a thing I have trouble establishing.
I
because-
suffer from a lot of confirmation bias, so I tend to ignore things that are critical of my favorites,
Yeah, well,
like most people.
at least you're honest about it.
Why would I lie?
All right. But it's depending on who you ask. Either it does or does not remove the work requirements for welfare, because welfare, when reformed, involving notably the input of our fair former governor Tommy Thompson, included some requirements that you be seeking a job,
Oh yes.
and it's been alleged by the Romney camp that Mr. Obama is reversing that, which
I don't think that's a fact.
I don't know how he could.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would get on board with that. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean-
think he can legislate that.
And can you do that in an executive order? Like,
Yeah, exactly. I don't
well, you can do anything in an executive order, can't you? It's just a matter of getting it to go.
yeah.
in the executive
I
branch.
guess
I mean, you can attack
it's not-
American citizens by calling them terrorists. Why can't you reverse?
that's certainly true. I guess, who does review executive orders? Like, I know the Supreme Court can weigh in, but
Michelle.
somebody's got to.
Michelle.
Michelle. Let's move.
At the
Okay.
bedside.
Let's move.
That'd be some pillow talk, huh?
Yeah.
How do you feel about drones? I don't know. I just keep humming. I said that out loud, didn't I?
Sorry, I still not for a second. You wonder what they do talk about, though, don't you? So, are you gonna fix that anytime soon? Like, not the toilet, but the economy. Not like the sink or the pipe. Are you gonna, clean the shed? Are you
The
gonna?
Secret Service asking why he's sleeping on the couch, and he just shrugs and says, Executive Order 306.
So true. Oh man, poor guy.
Yeah.
The stuff he's got to put up with.
I would totally, no matter how inappropriate,
Yeah, I would
no
too.
matter how uncalled for,
I know right where you're going.
I would
yeah.
take a good solid crack at Michelle Obama if I ever met
Yep.
her face.
Oh man, man. The moment she's within arm's reach, and put my hand on her butt. I don't care if I get taken down by
What's
8 guys
your
with
man
Uzis.
got to do with me?
Yeah.
The FCC does monitor this, guys. So,
When you want a man friend, you go ahead and give me a
You
call.
Give me a ring, Shelly.
Shelly.
I call her Mitch behind her back. She's kind of masculine, but that's just me.
Zing. Yeah.
Yeah, no. With the welfare thing, well, I think everyone knows my take on welfare is it should be short and truncated and left in the hands of guys like me. But the true capitalists, like the hardcore hardliners, you got 30 days and then figure your crap out. But I mean, I realize that's not only unpopular but nearly impossible. It would be nice to have a little more, or rather, a few more milestones, a few more posts
Yeah.
that need overcoming to achieve.
Well, I have a friend who was on unemployment for the full 99 weeks.
Jesus.
And, which I find endlessly entertaining because he is himself a pretty dyed-in-the-wool Republican.
That's the worst kind.
And he, but he got all the way to 99 weeks, and then like 2 weeks later he had a job.
Oh, all right.
And so it's like, I mean, on the one hand, I obviously argue, you cannot logically assume that anyone forced to get a job will get a job.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he gets done, then I come home one day and he's standing there in a suit, and I'm like, what, really? And he's like, yeah, this is why I say it should be cut. And I'm like,
Well, yeah. No.
you're a jerk, but okay.
Yeah, that's,
wait, is he your
I'm
former
living
roommate?
proof. No.
No, that's my current review.
Oh.
that's.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's stunning to me. Like, and that I get, and though that's
That's
probably
funny
more
to me, too.
more the exception than the rule. But
Yeah, I would
at the same
imagine.
time, 99 weeks. Like,
That's a
do we
long time.
need?
Do you need
90
a year and a half?
And again, 99. Hey, why not 100? Seriously,
Right?
like that's
What
just
an arbitrary
that's
number.
just so stupid. Like, you're right there. Just call it 100.
No, but it's,
But-
it's the triple digit fear.
It
you know?
is. It's
You
the
don't wanna
99
think-
cent thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same,
it's-
same deal. But
Price break.
yeah, it's just like maybe 16 weeks. What is that? 4 months ish.
That's a long time.
It's a third of a year.
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
unemployed, yeah.
At the very least, I can agree with 6 months straight away. You could talk me down to 4.
You know,
I'll give you 2. We'll
I
meet in the middle
want.
of 4.
I mean,
I was on for a while. I was on.
Yeah.
I've never been on unemployment, so I really
me
can't
either. Although
say.
I thought I was going to be eligible once, but I was an independent contractor.
Oh.
So hadn't paid in enough. But luckily, I got a job at General Mills. Working with crack fiends.
Yeah.
Putting bags in boxes for slave wages, like 20 hours a week.
Is that the one down on 6th?
Yeah.
Where you had the... Yeah.
Yeah, way down on Armour.
I drove past there the other day, and I love you to death, Johnny, but I had to giggle. Because I remember that whole situation, and it just made me giggle a little bit.
Man,
Like,
yeah.
I wish I had that power. Like, that's... I don't want to be followed every store I go into, but I want to be able to do that. Like, that's... I really do. Like,
What?
just claim racism at any turn.
An accusation was made by an employee following my suggestion that maybe she should, put down the bonbons and do her damn job. She found it convenient to accuse me of having said something that you just don't say to folks.
I don't even...
Epithet.
Yeah, an epithet.
Oh, got it. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I was.
Not to drag it. I'm sorry if I'm dragging it out of the closet.
No, it's fine. It's just I had to leave the plant 3 hours earlier for my own safety.
For his own safety, I'm gonna reiterate that. For his own safety,
Yeah,
his safety was in question.
Yeah. Right.
That's my only response.
It was stupid. Luckily, my associate Dee Dee.
Dee Dee.
Nice older woman from the north side who said that I reminded her of her son, by which I assume she meant criminally inclined. But
Thin, tall,
thin, tall, Irish.
earth tones.
I don't know. But yes, she went to the supervisor
Beautiful
and
eyes.
explained that I of course would never be involved in such a thing, and that first
watching
chick.
somebody hit Theron's car.
Oh.
It won't be the first time.
Yeah, but dude, now you're right here. You can run out there and karate kick him in his face.
See, I turned in the first thing I saw was the dog. See,
that's it.
Like, you're a dog. You can't drive.
What are you doing, dog? That is not your car.
But yeah, false racism claims are BS, man.
Yeah, they are. Seriously. Although I was reading statistics on false claims of criminal activities, rape, murder, all
Yeah.
and apparently across the board, all false claims fall right within 3%. Like that's of all reported. About 3% rape, murder, racism, hate crimes. 3% is where it just averages out when investigated.
I love
You wonder if
statistics.
this is like a universal law, like 3% of everything is a lie. Like,
I would accept it if
Yeah.
that was the case.
I
Like
love
could.
statistics. They just show some very interesting trends.
They
and you're
really
like,
do.
Huh,
Man, when you get them on
can't
like
explain that, but there it is.
it's real. Like you can prove it, but you can't.
Yeah.
That dog has no one on his leash. Oh, there he is. Oh God, he's gonna fight me. But
so who wants to bomb Iran?
me
Yeah.
today, if I
Okay.
could, I would already be done.
Okay.
Nothing but drones. Just bring it. Yeah.
Right? Just turn into a parking lot, man. Put up a big screen, show movies. Just show the Hurt Locker full time
Yes.
on a giant screen in the middle of
I
the
just
flat
rewatched
blacktop. Yeah.
I guess I wonder when the Israelis are gonna pull the trigger here.
Yeah, if they do, it's
Because
gonna
they're
be
gonna. I absolutely
Yeah.
believe they're gonna.
it's gonna be epic when they do.
Yeah, and it's whole like, well, the Israelis can't destroy the program. It's like, well, the Israelis are like, yep, we can only set it back here.
We're gonna give it a shot. You know,
It's
give
like-
it the old college try.
Yeah, but like, when was the last time you heard the Israelis admit a legitimate weakness out loud?
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it like
And it's, oh yeah, we're gonna have a real rough time. Don't make us do it.
It
And then
was
they
like-
probably got like battle mechs or something.
yeah, like well, that's when they were crossing the desert where they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's warm. It's dry heat.
Fucking matzah falling from the sky.
Yeah. We didn't hear any
Bleep.
bleep.
Yeah. So.
But somehow it'll be Obama's fault.
I'm gonna blame him. Is you kidding me? Yeah, absolutely. It's his fault.
You should have somehow got between
If
the
he'd
Israelis
have
and the
gone
Iranians.
to
What?
Israel to visit, it wouldn't have happened.
You know?
Romney was there. Why didn't he stop
He
it?
brings peace with him wherever he goes. He's such a unifier. We should.
You know, I will say that I think some criticism of Mr. Obama's foreign policy is overblown, but I do find it funny. He has, as per the bumper sticker, he has launched more drone strikes
Yes.
than all Peace Prize winners combined. It's astonishing.
That is quite the number.
You know?
That is
Indeed.
It shocked me.
That is a goodly amount.
Because I figured Gandhi'd have a couple.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
but whatever.
oh no, they didn't call them drone strikes at the time.
No.
They actually, yeah.
He got his hands dirty.
Oh, see, I know. Yeah, are we on board there?
I'm so lost.
He really likes watching girls get enemas.
Oh, I remember that. It's
Yeah,
on the, like
I don't know if that's what you're talking about. That's where I took it
Penn
though.
and Teller. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But
I'm the same way.
But we were just talking about this. I always made the claim with the drone strikes and the increase in special forces was it's like that's really not him personally. Like any president given this power would do this.
Yeah.
I don't even try to make the claim that
and
you have
that's
some
that I think
saint
is some of my.
dilemmas.
I guess it's not something I really criticize him for. Is I just kind of roll my eyes and laugh. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna close down the black sites at Gitmo. We're gonna stop, being so heavy-handed overseas. And then you win the election on day one. You see the same intelligence reports as the last guy. It's like, oh,
I'm increasing that.
never mind.
It
We
works.
need more.
He really pulled back too far. I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm here now. Got to protect some stuff.
Yeah, and I guess I oppose things like torture on ethical and public relations grounds, but at the same time, when Mr. Obama is like, well, torture doesn't help anything, Mr. Cheney was like, well, surely you can declassify the record of the interrogations then.
Yeah.
If it's just going to show that it accomplished nothing,
Yeah.
So I wonder who's bluffing.
It's not Cheney. He doesn't have the heart for it.
Zing.
Oh, double guns. Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you. I try. A few times I hit it right.
What's happening in your world, Lon?
So, what do you got, Wanzer?
He's holding paper.
D-Dub?
The BP thing.
Oh, bad gas.
Yeah, what's going on with the BP thing?
Okay, here's what it was. They blow up car engines, so don't use BP.
So
Full disclosure, Bill runs a Shell station.
It's not true.
it's,
I run the Lake
fighting
Bluff station. We sell Shell gas. There's a difference.
Yes.
Fallout from a similarly fouled supply of premium gas continues to grow.
Only premium?
Yeah, it was premium, and then inevitably it becomes mid-grade as well, because a lot of, like my station, we have blending pumps where it blends the two
okay.
together. So it's basically mid-grade and premium.
Bill is a certified what
I am a certified underground storage tank.
specialist.
Not specialist.
Technician.
Technician, yeah, I guess would be the best word. I can't remember what the
Guru?
actual word is.
Monkey?
I am Class A, Class B, and inevitably, because of that, Class C certified in underground storage tanks. Also above ground storage tanks. So
I just got to go take the A+ test, and then
do it,
then
yeah.
I'm bad.
You got that, and you can run a gas station. It's just like getting your creative writing degree. It's basically the perfect training
Yeah,
for a gas station.
They tried to deny me my graduation again,
Really?
but I yelled at some people, and now it shows on pause. So we're cool.
Okay, good. So you made
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Hey,
What?
you know what? I never got the chance, man. Congratulations, by the way.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That is awesome.
What?
Bill was there the first time I thought I graduated.
I was, and
So
I
what happened
was.
the second time?
The second time, okay. So I took a day off from work because I got to do two things during the day. One, I had to go to the DMV and get my motorcycle license, which I did.
Nice.
That went actually very well.
Excellent.
I was in and out in like 25 minutes. The other thing
Which
was
one did you go to?
Chase.
Really?
Yeah, they've gotten better. I don't know what it is.
All right, we'll have to look into that.
They got a big guy with glasses. It's really helpful.
I know exactly who you're talking
Runs a
about.
tight ship.
And
Yeah,
grayish hair.
yeah, it kind of a little more to the front of him.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
not only was he very helpful, but he also took my recommendation to attend the Ride Alive Motorcycle Academy, which, if you're looking for a safety class, totally do it.
Ride Alive.
Ride Alive. But my other big thing I had to do was I had to go down to UWM and find somebody who I could just say, where the hell is my degree? Because I graduated 3 months ago. Where's my degree?
Yeah.
Turned out I did have some fees still owed, so
Okay.
I paid those.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, go on down to Mellencamp, I think they said. Go on
Yes.
down to Mellencamp Hall. We're the only university in America that has a hall named after John Cougar. And it's,
Yep.
we're
Yep.
proud. We're
Yes.
damn proud. But I went down
It's a
there.
little pink house.
It's just a little pink. But I went down there, and a nice woman in Mellencamp was like, okay, well, what's your name? I give my name, my social security number. She types on her computer for a minute, and then she's like, Did you apply to graduate?
I don't know if everybody saw his typing on a computer. Probably not, but it was like how you would imagine,
like a drowning dog.
Yeah, like a dog, like dog paddling.
We Kristen.
Yeah. But so she's like, "Did you apply to graduate?" And it's like, "Well, I obviously did. Or why am I standing here?" Yeah. Like I was in my advisor's office while he actually did it. I just gave him info and he typed. And I was like, "So I'm all done." And he's like, "You are good to go. You're gonna graduate." And I'm walking out like, "Yeah, what's gonna screw this up?" Now we know. Okay.
We know.
Bureaucracy.
So
It's
I
on
had
its
to
way.
go down and talk to the graduate record examiner, who made me stand there. Okay, well, she had to pull up my transcript. She's like, "Well, let me see if, you're all good here." She pulled up my transcript, looked at it for like 17, 18 minutes. Didn't offer me a seat at any time. Just stand there, give me a minute.
God.
Like, this is can you guys just, what the hell?
Do you have chairs?
Yeah, there was a chair. It had things on it. What the hell?
She just kicked him to the floor and jumped on the chair.
Unbelievable. But she was like, finally, she's like, "Okay, you're gonna graduate," and I'm like, "Okay, so if I'm coming in looking for transcripts next week because I'm applying to graduate school, those are gonna be available, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, just check online on Wednesday." I did. Graduation posted. My degree is on the way, in the mail. I am finally done with UW Milwaukee. Folks, don't go there.
Dude. Hell yeah, man. Hell
The
yeah.
degree will show up and your name will be misspelled. Like,
Oh, yeah.
guarantee
Be like,
this.
who is John Gorman?
No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
It's
I want to see a picture of you holding that receipt. I mean, degree. I want to see that.
I'm gonna get it framed and then wear it on a gold chain around my
That'd be
neck.
good.
New Cassis.
Yeah, see, I am against college. I think we've discussed
Oh, yeah, I
before.
remember that now.
I'm a little against the liberal arts in a way I wasn't 5 years ago.
That's the thing. I
You should go
say
with conservative arts.
I'm a yes.
I studied the inhumanities.
No, I could always go on about this whole college thing. Now, Theron, you're an engineer. Am I correct?
Actually, useful degree.
Yeah, like a degree that you need to go to school for as well.
Yeah.
Like there's math and drawing and lines. And
As I always
numbers
like
and
to
things.
joke with my sister is that my degree actually has a job title in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's the kind of thing. Like I can get behind that. Like I understand if someone wants to become an engineer, whether it's a structural or electrical or engineering, a doctor, a lawyer, something that has a very definitive sphere of knowledge.
Yeah,
But the idea of a liberal arts degree being to everyone's benefit,
yeah.
I don't think that really holds as it did 50 years ago.
Well, and I feel like there's a lot to be gained from reading and writing and arguing, and I also feel like those are things that I really could have
Done on
done
your
and
own.
did do in a coffee shop on Brady.
Exactly.
Throughout that
It's-
entire period.
The only difference is you could have walked out without an $80,000 tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it's one thing, and there's some gray areas like some of the social sciences are BS, but some of them do lead to pretty rewarding careers.
They can. And that's the thing. If you have a very particular, like you want to be, like if you were born and you're like 6 years old and you're like, Mommy, I want to be a social worker. By all means,
Yeah.
go to a liberal arts school, get your social worker degree or whatever they call it.
And
nowadays.
I have a friend who did study social work. She's very happy with her choice.
Yeah, see?
But I have one friend, just the one.
Well, that's the thing. Like, where me and your degree stand now with our 4-year diplomas in our hands,
Yeah.
we're both 2 classes away from being social workers.
Yeah.
That
Which is, I mean,
without changing anything, we could take 2 classes and be social workers.
which is, I guess, helpful to me only because I am continuing my education in a helping field. But as far as Plan A, which was like write a novel,
Yeah, just go for that.
School was completely unhelpful. School, I had to unlearn things that
Yeah.
I learned in writing workshops.
The only thing you learn from there is, you got to have motivation. Thanks, Dr. Clark. Like,
Yeah,
that's, I
that's-
get that, but
I hope he liked the scotch, though.
I'm sure he did. I think actually Sean told me that he had mentioned it to Sean because he found out Sean worked with me.
Really?
This is a while ago.
Wow.
I think you still work
You got
there.
him a scotch?
Huh.
Yeah, we bought him a bottle of scotch.
Yeah, and a card in which we wrote, "Can you feel us breathing down your neck, old man?"
Yeah. just to clarify, we're not breathing down his neck. He's he's so far ahead of us. He is
Very.
the Lance Armstrong of short story writing.
And I think he's been doping.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God,
glug,
has he ever?
glug, glug. Sorry.
Yeah. There was some of that going on in the teacher's lounge there. But, and Dr. Clark is also probably Dr. Clark and Dr. Guevara, Kilwine Guevara, are really the only professors who I felt like even made me a better writer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an already unmarketable skill.
Yes.
and they weren't even good at making me better at this unmarketable skill. Again, with the exception of Dr. Clark and Dr.
Yeah.
Joanne Guevara.
I'm just thinking back to all those classes we
Yeah.
sat through. What was it? Robbie? Remember Robbie?
Robbie. Everything in this story happens for a reason.
It's really important that nothing's spelled right or punctuated. Oh, really?
Is that really a thing?
That's really
That's
that
actually,
happened.
and Dr. Clark was like, on his second story, he's like, you know, Robbie, and I gotta say it in his voice,
oh, yeah.
Robbie, I told you to go into the writing center. Did you go into the writing center? And
I'll
get
play
some
Robbie.
help?
Yeah, I went in there. They said it was fine.
They said you could space like this.
Yeah, they said it was fine. They said it was good.
Are you sure that was someone who worked at the writing center and not a homeless man?
And then note my silence.
Yeah.
Does Dr. Clark actually talk like that?
Yes, he
He
really
really
does.
does.
He's Rhodesian.
Rhodesian.
He's from Rhodesia.
Yeah, they talk like Knickerbockers for some reason.
They do. It's crazy.
I'm not sure
I'd
why.
like to meet this man.
You would love him, except he would terrify you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scares me, like in absentia.
So we're not getting to the BP story.
I don't know. What are we talking about?
BP story.
Well, probably, but
We drove to Chicago and back on a tank of BP gas.
we did.
Did we?
But did you
Yeah.
use premium?
No, I did not.
Okay, then you're safe. No, we can talk. I'm happy to tear down any competitor. I will not lie.
So it's just awesome because it happened to BP and not us.
Well, you know what? I think what amuses me the most about it, and not really amused, but the thing that I find most
Is that it's
delightful
BP again?
is that it's BP again, and it's just after everybody forgot about the oil
I
spill.
was actually
Like,
just thinking about the oil spill the other day. Like, whatever happened to that?
yeah, and now
Right.
this, like, it's
Woo!
God hates
Still
BP.
here.
Yeah,
So, and unfortunately, for us.
For us, yes.
there's- BP has a good dominion over a lot of the east side.
Yes.
The west and north and Humboldt.
they are
You know they
profligate.
charge for a soda
Bill,
there?
did Dom tell you the BP on North and Humboldt has a for real cooler?
Yes, he did.
What is a for real cooler?
For real shakes.
It's so cool.
They're the greatest thing in the universe. What you do is
Yeah.
you go into a C-store, 7-Eleven, BP if you have to, and they have a cooler. And in the cooler, there are these little cups with a foil top on them, right? And there's like chocolate, and cappuccino, and fruit smoothie flavor, whatever.
Yeah.
And you take one, and you're like, oh, this would make a great shake. And then lo and behold, there's a blender just above the cooler in which you place the cup after peeling the foil off, and then you pick on the machine whether you want thin, thick, medium thick, extra thick, and you hit the button, and it puts it in, blends it down, and turns it into a delicious shake.
It's very colorful. There's
Yeah.
a television screen built into it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
just a. And I know for a fact it costs $1,400 to put one in.
Monthly or just
Well, that's the setup fee, and actually, you don't own the blender; you only own the cooler.
okay?
Wow.
So, which is kind of lame because the
Do
cooler
they-
is very.
Do they charge you
specific.
rent on the blender? Or?
No, the blender. The way they do it, like most of these companies do it, is you agree to buy a certain amount of product,
Okay.
and they co-op the blender. If you undershoot, they charge you
Oh,
the
okay.
difference, and if you overshoot, well, they just made more money and you don't get any benefit. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like you say, I'll buy 100 cases this year. You
You know
get the
what they
blender
charge for a soda over there?
at the Humboldt BP.
Yeah.
Like a
for
20 ounce?
A 20-ounce soda is $2.
What?
Is it really?
Can is $1.
I knew the cans were crazy expensive over there.
$1.
Yeah,
Remember in like Falling Down when like Michael, what's his name?
Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
He beat the crap out of that like little Korean guy for like a 65 cent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
it.
yeah. Yeah.
Worth to a buck.
85 cents. for a can
85
of
cents,
soda.
whatever it was. I mean,
Such a
I
simpler
was thinking
time.
about that as I purchased the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I was
You know?
I was
You
like-
wanted to beat up a Korean?
I was just like, no, I wanted to beat up a Muslim.
well, I mean, they're Indian.
Are they?
But
Sick.
I'm pretty
Most,
sure.
they're not.
mostly they're
Read the
sick.
disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
But I mean, and hey, you know, I'm all about it because I can complain all I like about the prices. I still go in there.
That's the
know?
thing. You know, that
Making pennies on a
BP,
gallon.
they benefit from being 1.5 blocks away from a dorm.
Yeah.
Like he charges what is it, like $9 for a
Even
pack of
before that.
Marlboros. I mean,
it
he
is.
can really.
It's ridiculous. But if
Yeah.
if people are gonna pay it,
Yeah, where else are they gonna go?
know.
You know, now they got the 7-Eleven is going in across from the
Us,
McDonald's,
that's
but
where they can
and I
go.
don't. I mean, I wasn't really party to the retail side of the you know the real genius portion of the gas station when I worked there. But I'll bet we never voluntarily lowered prices sheerly out of the good of our hearts.
no,
Might have had a business reason to do so if that happened at all.
yeah,
But I mean,
you don't just do it.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
I
I could be making less money.
Yeah.
mean, this actually, and I don't mean to interrupt this flow of thought, but while I'm thinking about it, to you guys, all of yous, and anyone listening, if you have a car and you need to put gas in your tank, do it today.
Today.
Because as of close today, the price of a gallon of gas at the lifting station was up 37.5 cents. Because there was a pipe break down in Chicago. So go fill your tanks today. Don't do it tomorrow because you're gonna hate your life.
Yeah.
Do it today, even if you only need like 2 gallons. Do it today. Like it's
Just do it.
because you
Actually, I
can
have
ride it out.
3/4 of a tank. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, top it up because
Yeah.
today will be the day to do it because prices are gonna skyrocket tomorrow.
You know, Bill got the price facts once at the gas station, and they like missed a decimal point or something. And he just circled it, and then turned around and faxed it back with the note. What happened? Did the Iraqis give up?
It's a good day.
So yeah, sadly they had not.
Yeah, no, that was a
how,
false
how
one.
far are we marking gas up tonight?
That will not be revealed
That's
on
a
air.
trade secret.
Yeah.
Got it.
But actually, I won't. I'll say I won't today because I got my delivery this morning already. So
Oh yeah, we did.
we'll see what a couple days goes by. But
No,
usually these pipe breaks, it's 2 or 3 day before it's back to where it should be.
no.
But
They get on that pretty quickly.
yeah, they really do. I mean, that's everybody calls it's such a greedy industry. Well, when you really sit and people don't like to hear about it, but when you think about it, it's coming from a mile under the ground in the middle of the ocean,
Yeah,
and all you have to do is pull up and grab a handle, and you've got it.
yeah.
That you're paying $4 a gallon.
It is
it's
kind of
like
a miracle that we take this incredibly
Yeah.
volatile
Yeah.
substance, supported largely safely around the country,
Yeah.
so that you can access it like every 7
The
blocks.
infrastructure involved is
Oh.
crazy
It's
when you think
outrageous.
of it.
Yeah.
And it's actually going to get more crazy if they approve this 20% ethanol garbage. I mean,
And
that's
see, that's what's
That's
What
that's
is
I
that?
don't get
What's a
that.
20% ethanol
Yeah.
garbage?
they're talking
Ethanol
about
is how you win the Iowa caucus.
Yeah,
That is
pretty much
that
all it is.
all.
But they want to right now in the Milwaukee area. I believe just the 13 counties along the lake. You have to have 10% ethanol in your gas blended in. It's a pollutional thing. They're talking about switching that to 20% ethanol, which you get 20%.
That drives the price of gas up.
No, well, what it does is it's going to drive the price of gas up because ethanol itself actually eats rubber and plastic, which are the two things that hold all of our pipes together in the ground and keep all of our pumps running. So if they go to 20%, 13% is about the limit before it starts damaging your internals.
No.
So at 20%, we actually have to replace all of our feed lines, all of our leak detectors, most of our tanks, not my tanks in particular, but ours.
The country.
The Royal oil tank.
The royal we.
Yeah. Their tanks have to be replaced. The pumps themselves, all their internals have to be replaced. All the gaskets have to be replaced. So, what is very simple, again, the lifting station where they just dump an extra 20 gallons for every 100 in of ethanol. At the station, I've got to completely rebuild my station from the ground up. It's not cheap and it's not free. And that's not the kind of thing that Shell and BP and Exxon, and they're not going to co-opt that because that's not in their interest. It's not to their benefit. They don't make money off of ethanol. They make it off of gas. So.
Yeah.
On top of which, you put 20% ethanol into a gallon of gas, and you lose right off the top about 2 miles per gallon because it's got no energy. It's garbage.
Yeah, it is solely a subsidy to agribusiness.
And pretty much any car made before 1997 will explode. Just engines will melt.
wreck it.
Yeah. And
And
it's,
that's the main trouble with any switch to a new kind of energy system is the infrastructure involved because
Yeah.
we have the capital investment to change to anything else
Yeah.
is immense.
yeah,
And if you're a
crazy.
guy like me, who of course only got a useless liberal arts degree, then pipes is pipes, and sadly, I mean, the people who tend to be in the legislature tend to be folks like me who don't have a lot of industrial experience and don't understand
Yeah.
the details involved with that. So
Luckily, they form subcommittees where the lobbyists can go and have direct
Yeah.
access.
Can explain,
they
yeah.
can
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
experts in and they can ignore them,
Yeah.
Yes,
but thank them
ideally.
for their testimony.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just very against ethanol. Whenever I'm out of the county, I actually fill my tank as high as I can in ethanol free.
And I feel like with food prices on the rise, and I'm not an alarmist about this by any means, but really, do we need to be burning
No.
food?
No, we don't.
I mean,
That's
it's
the main drawback, yeah.
I
We
don't
also
know.
need
I
land for
understand,
food.
right? Like,
Though I still say just burn North Dakota to the ground and plant everything we need right there.
yeah, let's do it.
Everything.
Let's do it.
You don't have to burn much.
Yeah,
That's like the 3 guys that are there.
yeah. Take
We-
that, Terry.
We could even relocate them if we had to. I mean, there's a hotel they could stay in.
Right. right.
Locate them to South
palatial.
Dakota, sorry.
Yeah.
I was invited to attend college in North Dakota and was offered most of my tuition to go to North Dakota State. Nope. No, thank you.
That would have been awesome though, because you would have been that one guy, that really metropolitan guy, getting all the tail.
I think that they're.
Oh.
Yeah, see, too late now.
The North Dakota tail.
Yeah.
Thank you, Theron.
I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
Might get some Canadians coming down.
Lesson
looking for a
learned.
hubby.
Ow!
Lesson
Make
learned.
some anchor babies.
North Dakota is growing though. Their economy is actually on the rise. I believe.
Well, they frack, don't they?
They do fracking
yeah,
up
I
there,
think that's a big one.
and they actually have a lot of the alternative, turbine technology is going into North Dakota. It's actually the greatest state in the country
Yeah.
for
I
turbine
know,
technology.
Yeah. So, and they got wind.
That's why it's so good. They have the steadiest winds in the country, or in
Really?
North Dakota.
Do
Yeah,
Just need to, some sort of to transmit that power to where something place useful.
to store and transmit it.
I
That's
used to Minneapolis.
Just
we
have a light bulb burning really bright there. It's great.
hey, no one can sleep at night because North Dakota's still on. And not to alarm anyone, but we're
We are gonna wrap.
we're on our wrap now. We got to wrap because
Went by so quick.
these hefty fellas
Yeah.
are eyeballing our food.
It's great when you have good conversation partners, or a good conversation partner even. The
Anything.
time does really go.
It does, especially when you get started 5 minutes late because
Yes.
the guy ahead of you is busy.
Apparently, I overheard the conversation. The guy ahead of him actually is always 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
late as well. So it's a chain thing.
So I need to show up an extra
like the
hour
airport.
early and
Yeah.
start.
Who's our first domino here?
See, yeah, that's exactly.
let's
what
find
we
that
need to
guy
find
and
out.
settle him down.
It's like
Because-
the airport thing, It's just,
Because then we need to take more time, and then we got O'Day staring us down.
Yeah, and he's
And so then we have
Really
less time in
impatient.
between shows because we got one guy that's late, and we have to be out early.
yeah.
yeah.
But still, we put in a lot of good content here. That was a great show.
I think it was too.
I want to thank both of you, Theron.
Yeah, thank
Handshakes,
you.
even though they're not on air.
Thanks for
handshake
having us,
over
guys.
there.
Darren,
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having
making
us.
this possible, and John for showing up.
Heck of a time.
Yeah.
Glad you guys could make it. I hope we're not cutting into your martial arting.
I'm just going to miss Taekwondo. I'm going to still go down for Eskrima.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
There we go.
A little stick fighting.
Indeed.
Little
I'm going to.
stick. Are you on stick still, or have you moved on to knives?
No, I mean, that's the thing is that it's supposed to be a bladed art. We just use sticks just so we don't kill each other.
I was always curious because I knew blades were involved, but I didn't know if it was a transition from sticks to blades or
Nope,
how
we
it
just
works
use
out.
one to train for the other.
Brendan's at the window.
Yeah, he is. He's being creepy.
He's hooting.
He's Arsenio hauling.
Arsenio hauling. Every which way.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been No Frequency Radio. Thank you to Theron and John formally.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks and shout outs to everybody who I shouted out to at the beginning of the program. There's simply not enough time to go through all the names.
Also, David Betrayus. I really wanted you, but Paul Ryan will just have to do.
Paul Ryan will do.
We'll get him.
We'll see if I vote this election.
He's so cute.
He's such a handsome man.
Until next time, we're out.